Good morning. So it's day 4 here on our island hopping adventure up the coast. We've just woken up this morning on Cockermouth Island. We've had a coffee, some good brekkie, loaded the Hobies up, and we're on our way to Goldsmith Island. I've camped at this spot as well before, and yeah, it's a lovely spot. All things aside, found a bit of an issue with my kayak this morning, where my wheels go in through the holes there, the cart holes. I'm not sure of the terminology for those, but I've got a crack actually, which is not good at this stage of the trip. Luckily we've got good weather for the rest of the trip, but I'll have to get that sorted when I get back. I'll see if I can show you. Just down there. But yeah, it's probably taking on this extra weight as well doesn't help. I'll have to take extra precautions when I come into the beach and unload the kayak fully and dismantle it before I bring it up the beach and leave it off the cart overnight. We've got a 27, 28 kilometre as a crow flies line over to this next island. So that's Cockermouth behind me. We're headed towards Goldsmith, which is just over there. You can see ahead. That's Martina and Barbara. And over to my port side, that's Deb out there trying to catch some wind. So the wind's just picked up a little bit. We've probably got about 10 knots now, so we've picked up a little bit of speed. Seems really unnatural to sail away from an island, but right now we're sailing probably 30 degrees to the starboard side of the island. That's the right side of the island. The reason we're not heading straight towards the island is there's a bit of a current pushing from the north, so the tide's coming in. Up here in Queensland, on the incoming tide, the currents run from north to south, and the opposite on the dropping tide, south to north. The joys of having a GPS on board. Yeah, so it may take us a little longer than we expected. This wind has literally dropped right off. I'm using the Mirage drive at the moment just to assist. But yeah, she's a slow and steady pace. A little bit of bait fish getting around at the moment. Some flying fish, but I'm not real keen on putting the lure in. I need all the speed I can get at the moment, so. Hey guys, it looks like we're at the top of the tide and that tide's dropped off now, so the tide's going to start running from the south to the north soon in the next hour or so, so we'll make the most of it and head straight towards the island. Yeah, she's going to come over, so.
Okay, I'll come over.
So you would think having a seat, I'll be using it, but there's actually an ulterior motive going on here. We just had a little bit of drama on the water. My craft was taking on a lot of water with that crack back where my wheels are. The back end of my craft started going down. I had to offload the extra 20 kilo of water that I was carrying for somebody else, and as well as a bit of extra gear just to lighten the load. Thank God I've got a bilge pump. Funny story, I actually checked my bilge just before I came out. She wasn't working, so I had to rewire it last minute the night before we left. Didn't want to do one of these trips without a bilge pump. Absolutely necessary, and has saved my butt. So anyway, I'm sitting forward just to get the crack out of the water. found earlier. I sort of have that issue when I start getting a bit of weight on the boat and start getting a bit of water over the top of that crack. So right now she's looking pretty good. We've got about 17 kilometres to go. We've just done 13k. We don't really have a choice. We can't turn back now because we're almost halfway to Airlie. Either way, it's going to be a risk, but yeah, we're just going to nose our way forward and take each day as it comes. Hopefully tonight I'll make some repairs on this crack. I'll get a bit of sail tape there, a bit of gaff tape. Might try and spodgy it up just to get me through this remainder of the trip, and just like to make sure my battery is fully charged before we start each trip, in case I do need to use my bilge. So yeah, good times, eh? Always expect the unexpected. Martino and Barbara are behind us there. Deb is just over here to my starboard, and yeah, she's just keeping an eye on things in case anything goes pear-shaped. But safety in numbers, yeah. Anyway, I'll get back to sailing and enjoying this beautiful weather. So we've made the Goldsmith Island group. We're just passing the first of 3 islands. We're going to be camping on the 3rd island. We're going to be camping on the Western Bay. So we're just heading around the northern side of these islands. I'm just going to show you these. That's the 1st island. That's the 2nd. And the 3rd island is this one just here. So we're not too far. We're about 6 kilometres to go. We're all huddled together now for the last part of the trip. And we're making pretty good way, so we're doing about 8 kilometres per hour, so we should be there in less than an hour, provided there's no current that we need to sail against or the wind drops. So. Bloody Martino, stealing my wind. I'll see if I can steal Deb's. You lose your wind. Did you just lose your wind? Good job! Martino, did you miss a fish? You were sleeping. Did you not hear your line going? So we're on Goldsmith Island now, Roylyn Bay, and I'm about to chuck my anchor over while I unload all the gear. I don't want to put any sort of load on the cartwheels. So while I'm here, I'm going to pull my anchor out, and a few of you guys might have been wondering what this contraption is, and no, it's not a couple of beer kegs. There's my anchoring system. So what it is, it's PVC pipe with 2 end caps. This one's glued, this one's not. I've got a bungee here which is attached to the lid. That's my anchor, of course. Undo that. To that side. And that pops off. And then I've cut these slits in here. And that houses the anchor, so that end cap pushes down on the anchor and it doesn't go anywhere. That's solid. So let's pull that out. Check that out. And then I've got a loop. So I attach that and that's good to go. Also have a lazy line as well, so when it's time for retrieval I can just pull that straight back to the boat. Happy days. So inside as well, I've got a bit of storage as well, so I can store stuff in that front one, and in the back hatch I've got extra rope, so if I need a longer anchor I can just attach that. I've only just installed it, so it's still on trial, but seems to be working pretty well. I've used it a couple of times this trip already. Anyway, so my boat's anchored. I'm going to unload all of my gear off the kayak. I'll even take the mask and probably even the arm oars, take it up the beach, so when I do put my wheels in, I don't put any stress on that existing crack, which I guess that's the next problem I need to solve, and work out whether I can use some sail tape to repair it temporarily. So it's late afternoon here, and I've just been working on my crack. I've managed to use a buckle and a lighter, and I've melted a bit of plastic into the cracks. It seems to have done a pretty good job. At least it should hold for the trip. And also there's been a group of guys actually rock up at the campsite today. They're paddling skis. They're paddling from Mackay to Hamilton Island. They've got some support boats, and one of the guys was actually kind enough to lend us a patch that they use on their skis. It's supposed to be quite flexible, should do the job. I was going to use a bit of sail tape which I just cut, but those guys offered to use that, so I'll give that a go, and hopefully that holds. Anyway, I'll get this job done before it gets dark. But yeah, I'll get cracking, get this done. So it's day 5 here at Roylyn Bay on Goldsmith Island. So not too much going on today. I'm just giving the camera gear, the GoPros, a bit of a luxury bath. Doesn't happen very often because fresh water's a bit of a rare commodity. But yeah, just give a bit of a rinse. Gonna charge up everything, charge up the radios, charge up all the camera gear once again, and just have a really relaxed day here today. I might go for a dive this afternoon if the water clears up. It's pretty dirty today. We had big tides last night. There was a full moon, and the tides literally came up to our kayaks on the beach, which are pulled all the way up. And I'll show you that. Yeah, so the plan is we're going to stay here tonight again, and we'll probably stay here tomorrow night. We've sort of coincided with another group that are travelling north as well. So rather than crowd them, because they've come unstuck with the tides and had to come into our camp tonight, we thought we'd let them go ahead, and we'll chill here for a couple of days, 3 nights, and then we'll head over to Linderman Island. Anyway, here Deb over there practicing for tonight's concert apparently, so we'll go and check it out. Mud. I heard this beautiful sound of the ukulele. I heard there was a concert. I wasn't invited. Looking for a rest there, Martino.
Yeah.
Living the dream, eh?
It's beautiful music. I love music.
Barbara's pretty relaxed over there, chilling out. You found us lunch, Martino.
Yeah.
Give us a close look.
Is it trevally? Is it?
Yeah, beautiful, well done. So it's early afternoon here on the island, and I've spent most of the morning in my hammock catching up on some much deserved R&R. But I thought, yeah, it's time to get up and do something, so I've just been down the beach. There's a bit of an inlet there with the mangrove system. Had a bit of a look around, didn't see too much, a couple of fish. That's about it. Thought I'd come down and check out the visibility too. I was hoping to go for a dive today, but yeah, it's terrible. It's probably less than a metre viz here, which you get on the big tides. We had a massive tide last night, so yeah, the water came all the way up to the top here. Good 5 metre tide, so yeah, it makes things difficult. Anyway, I might have a bit of a restful afternoon, have a rest and see what tomorrow brings. Any gold there, Martino? Let me know if you find some. Bit of washing for the afternoon. How was your fish?
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, it was pretty nice, eh?
Very nice.
Well done.
Gone to chicken.
So you boys can have your camp back now. We'll leave you alone in peace and quiet.
Nah, too easy, mate. It's been a fantastic couple of days, so wish you well on the next voyage and see you the next place.
And how's your trip here to Goldsmith Island been?
Absolutely magic. Yeah, beautiful space, couldn't ask for more. Weather's great, magic.
All right, nice meeting you,
All the
eh?
best, mate. See you, mate. Good on you, mate.
Oh, Jimmy, he's trying to, got a hitchhiker. Go. So we've just packed up the sailing kayaks and we're ready to go. We're off to Linderman Island. How you feeling about it, Deb?
Good.
Excited?
Excited, yeah.
Martino and Barbara, just some finishing touches over there. And we're good to go. So the winds are only about 10 knots today and it's supposed to pick up a little bit later on, so hopefully we can get some wind on the sail. So we're just waiting for the tide to come in. It should be about another 10 minutes and we should be able to get our craft afloat. Anyway, hopefully it's a good trip and I'll see you at the next island.